Another episode.
Have you got a laptop over there? I want to go to partners.com and see if I can get me a partner.
All right.
That's the 100th time that you've started the show before they yelled action.
I know.
That makes our guests think that we're idiots.
Believe me, Carie knows me for a
I
long
know
time.
he's an idiot.
Thank you.
All right. Here we are.
We could not shut off
No.
with these two because they're
can't
so
stop
interesting.
Because I can't believe that Sam is still alive to tell the tales of his marriage. We are here, Stand Up Memories, Jackie Martling, Peter Bales, with Carie Karavas, and terrific comedian, and Sam, her real-life husband, who somehow deals with all this.
We're going to recap. Carie wants to have a kid. She goes trolling into the Greek neighborhoods of Astoria, meets a guy.
Forces him.
He calls her. They go out for 2 months. He doesn't get near her. Then she tells him he has to decide whether or not they're going to have a kid and get married, or maybe not even get married, by the time he's done with his salad. And after the salad, he says he's in. She drags his nuts through the grinder to get him all fixed up by the doctor. Is he all right? Does he have crabs? Does he have any kind of disease? He passes the test. He bangs her. They have kids. And here it is 17 years later.
Can you be a little bit more circumspect in your language?
No.
I didn't think so. This is an amazing.
Did I lie? Was that accurate?
No,
That was accurate.
It's accurate.
I couldn't-
Fascinating.
He didn't reciprocate. He didn't ask you to get all these. You were just, let's go, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you wanted her, so you went through the hoops.
Yeah.
That's
I
that's
paid-
actually nice.
Another story that we were
Great
dating
story.
for a few weeks. Hadn't banged her
He
yet.
just
Hadn't
sold
done
a
anything
house.
yet.
He
I had
just sold
my
his house, and he had extra money.
And she goes, I could use a couple of bucks to pay to get rid of some of my debt,
And then I'll pay you.
and I'll pay you. I'll pay you back every month until it's done. I'm like, all right, well, okay.
So I don't
yeah.
have to pay the interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, I'll do that. How much? She goes, it's about 24,000 ish. I was like,
This is before.
Yes.
Before this is
It's
how
like
stupid-
4 weeks.
How desperate was it? I'm starting to sound more desperate than she was at this point, right?
Stupid.
Stupid is right. So
We should have went for
so
Eleanor.
Did you know if he had
He
$24,000?
sold, I knew he got the sale for the money, for the house. He
Oh,
got the money.
oh.
I paid her
Asking-
bills, and then one
It was
night,
like 26,000.
one night, I'm gambling with my friends because I wanted to, she's a degenerate gambler. So I'm with my buddies. I just want to have some fun, gambling without her there. So she's calling me, and I say, I'm sleeping. I'm in bed. I'm gonna call it an early night. Couldn't afford to feed her anymore. So she says, okay, and then she stops calling. So I'm like, all right, good. So I finished gambling, and all of a sudden she calls me back. She couldn't control herself anymore. She goes, yeah, come outside. And I'm like,
Where was this?
First of all, he didn't think I knew where he lived because he
And you
never
had a
told-
card game
we-
going on
we
at your
were
house
only
or something?
dating.
Where-
Look,
I was in Ozone Park in Howard Beach, and I lived in Jamaica Hills near St. John's, which
Okay.
was a long way away.
So she's there, but you weren't.
But now
I
he
wasn't.
doesn't think I know where he lives because he never told me, and we were only dating 3 weeks, right?
But-
so I had taken his license one night, and I took the address down
I
and
didn't
I
know
put
I
it
was
in.
dealing with.
Psycho.
So she goes, "Come outside," and I'm like, "I'm tired. I can't come outside. I'm just want. What do you mean come outside? Why?"
Nailed.
And she goes, "You'll find out." And now I'm like, "Fuck." I go, "Okay, guys, I gotta go."
Wait, so now Frankie Hudak, I call him Hudak, I go, Hudak, I want to see where he is because I don't believe he's home. I just felt it. I know. Hudak's like, you're being crazy. You're a psycho girlfriend. You got to stop. I go, are you coming or not, Hudak? He goes, I'm not getting involved in this craziness. So I get in the car and I drive to his house and I don't see his car. He had a BMW.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, okay, all right. I call him up. I go, yeah, are you sleeping? I go, that's funny because I'm outside your house. I go, now to your car. Where's your car? Where's your car? Where's your car? Okay.
This is 3 weeks in.
And she
After
breaks
I
up
got
with
the
me,
money.
But I had already paid her bills, and now she breaks up with me. Now I'm like,
No.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You paid the.
Yes.
You paid the
already
bill
paid.
26 grand. I go, it's over. Don't call me ever again.
because you went gambling.
No, because he
He wasn't
I
out
didn't-
bang.
I
You weren't
I
out
didn't-
banging
no,
strippers.
No, I didn't know where he was. He's
Yeah.
telling me he's gambling. He could have been banging strippers.
she called me a cheater, like our first 4 months of our relationship. I was
Well,
nothing but
let
a
me
dirt-
tell you something. I'll
dirt
tell you
bag
why.
cheater.
His best friend's wife was like, he's a cheater, he's a slob, he's a this, he's a that. She hated you.
I don't know.
Yeah, but this story is about the lie, right? That's what you were mad at.
Correct.
The friend's wife is always, that's
That's not nice.
the equivalent of the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, I break up with him. And now he's like,
I'm like-
shit, I'm out 26 grand.
Right. I mean, I'm not, the girlfriend part is bad enough, but the 26 grand would hurt even more. I'm like, I'm such an idiot.
And
What did I just
in
do?
hindsight, if he would have just taken a $26,000 hit, it would have saved him from the millions that I've destroyed him on.
Her brother, I go to tell her brother that I want to marry her.
Wait. When there's a great story, what was next? How did you break
you
up
get
with
back
him?
together?
Did you
Then
say
I
don't?
was like, listen, this guy
Did you
is
say
a-
don't bother to call me again?
Yes, I broke up with him
yeah.
for like 2 weeks. And then I'm like, you know what? I have to have a baby. This guy's mild-mannered. I need to get him back. He just gave me 26 grand. What a sucker.
No. How about what a nice guy?
Okay. However you want to call it.
Yeah. That's why my mom can't watch the special.
Oh, that's
Wait, so now I call him up. I go, yeah, I miss you. And he's like, yeah, I do too. I miss my 26 grand.
So now it's time. Now, you want to tell them how we found out you were pregnant?
Oh,
No, I want to know
let's hear it.
about the first date after you got back together.
Oh, so, it's nice and
We're back
We-
together,
we
whatever.
didn't-
Now
But
we're
you still haven't done anything.
Well, we're trying now.
Now
Okay, so
we-
cut to 2 months. He finds out I'm a comedian. And now
yeah, I had gone back to
The beginning. This is
kinda
3
early
weeks
in the
in.
relationship.
he handed over 26 grand.
But that was very early
You can
on.
tell
Very
this
early,
guy.
under a month.
Well, Ralph Cramden. This is Ralph Cramden. Uranium in Asbury Park or whatever. But so, right, he's the guy that will fold in a timeshare, and I won't. Okay.
Oh,
Is that
almost.
my? No,
Yeah,
come
that's
on.
kind of true.
You've, please. So now, what was it? So I got pregnant.
So she gets pregnant.
I go, I have to meet your parents.
Oh my God, yeah. First, it's I should we tell him your brother first?
So
Okay.
you
Tell my
gave her
brother.
$26,000.
$26,000.
She tested you for diseases,
Came up
and you're
clean.
going to have a kid.
Now we're gonna have a kid.
Maybe she should meet your parents.
Yeah, but
she hasn't.
before
She
that,
still hasn't met my parents.
but before that, now you.
So now we've been going to her brother's place for a
So
while.
he knows him.
I walk in one day and I said, John, I want to talk to you.
Now I'm already pregnant.
Yeah, but nobody knows.
Right.
You knew?
I know.
Okay.
Just throwing up.
Oh my God, that was terrible. So I said to
Wait! I get pregnant. He buys a new car. He pulls up with this. What was
the
that
Chrysler
stupid
Crossfire, the little two-seater.
I go, what the hell is that?
She goes,
That's
where's
going
the
back.
baby seat going to go? I'm like, what do you mean the baby seat?
I go, what are you doing with that thing? What kind of car is this? I'm pregnant. What kind of car is this? You got to get rid of that
I'm going
thing.
to trade that in for a minivan. I'm like, what? So I'm at her brother's place and I sit down
You
with
honestly
him.
didn't think about that.
No.
No,
So
right?
I said, John, I want to marry your sister. And he's like,
Thank
thank
Ah.
God. He goes, somebody else. He goes,
She'll be
somebody
the-
else could put her on his payroll.
Right, right.
So, obviously, I'm not the only one that she had
I've
been
suckered out of cash. My brother's gotten suckered out of
slamming
cash.
out of money.
All right, all right.
I've suckered him.
So now-
my friend Gary.
So now we have to tell my parents, but she hasn't met my parents ever.
Did you tell her brother that she was pregnant?
Yeah. So the weird part is that May, my brother, it was Mother's Day, he would bring big bouquets of flowers to all the mothers. My sister, my mother, her mother-in-law, my sister's mother-in-law, all the mothers, the grandmothers. So this year, he gives me one, and he goes, here, happy Mother's Day. I go, I'm not a mother. He goes, well, maybe it's good luck.
That's nice.
And that August, I'm pregnant. like, or whatever it was. August.
July.
It was
We
August.
found
It was
out
August. Yeah, but it was August when we.
Older brother?
Yeah.
So we used to go gambling in these illegal clubs in Manhattan. And we're sitting outside one, and she goes, I don't feel good. I'm going to go get a pregnancy test. And we found out in an illegal gambling club that she was pregnant with our first kid.
He's at a poker table in a tournament, and I go, because every month I wasn't getting pregnant. I'm like, if I don't get pregnant, I'm not marrying this guy.
And I'm not paying him back, right? So now
gotta
we
be
go to
something
my
wrong
mother.
with him.
Now we go to my parents' house, and
So you got a kid and your money back.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Yes, two
Yeah.
kids, two
kids.
beautiful kids.
Yeah.
so we walk into my parents' house, and they're staring at her, because they're like, "Who is this person?" And we sit down, and she says, "Well, you gonna talk or not?"
Did they have any
No idea.
idea you were dating someone?
Oh, we would. Yeah, they knew we were dating, but they were like,
They hated me.
they go,
Without seeing you?
The first thing was, I hope you guys don't think you're getting married this at all. And I was like, I'm pregnant.
Why did they hate you?
They just, I don't know.
I don't know why they didn't like her.
I don't know.
They didn't really have a good reason other than
Well, would you come home and complain about this girl that
No.
you gave
no.
$26,000?
If anything, I praised her all the time, and I think my mom was just like, "Who is this?" You know, I had just.
They
spoke-
love me now.
They do love you now.
Yeah.
I hope you heard that.
So I'm staring at my mom, and she's giving me this death stare, and then I feel her death stare from the other
I go,
side.
tell
like,
him, I'm
and
pregnant.
I'm like, and they're both staring. My father, my mother, and I'm like, fuck.
I go, be a man, grow balls,
The
and
kitchen
tell 'em I'm
table was like
pregnant.
a little bigger than that, and like they're like sitting like how you guys
You're
are.
not there to ask for her hand. You're there to tell them she's pregnant.
Well, I go, okay, well, this is Carie.
And I'm
and
kicking him under the table.
and I'm just like, how am I going to say this, you know? So I go, listen, so we're going to get married, and you're going to be grandparents.
Oh, wow.
Their faces just,
Oh,
her
wow.
face.
Oh,
His
my
father
God.
was happy. But then she was like,
What immediately happened after that sentence?
Silence.
silence.
Like,
Ice?
I
Like
was
ice?
worried that my mom was going to have a heart attack. 'Cause she
Her
looked
face,
she
I
just
never
had a
seen anybody-
stroke.
I never seen
Right? She
anybody's
looked
face.
like she had a stroke.
She dropped
And
it.
then she says to me, you can't get married this year. It's a leap year, and it's bad luck.
Oh.
So now I had to wait till I was 7 months pregnant, till January to to have a baby.
Wow.
In the
Because
next,
it's what?
a leap year, it's bad luck.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, you know,
Is that
some
a Greek
superstition.
thing?
Yes.
I
Greek
guess,
thing.
I
You
guess.
both
I've
spoke-
done so many crazy things to this guy
I
that
know.
I don't even know why. Tell him about the cookie
Are your
jar.
parents like Greek?
Greek.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm
when
actually first
When they
generation
found
also.
out that Carie
Your
was-
first generation?
Carie was pregnant and they're getting married, she dropped the gyros. That's how Greek this family is.
How long have we been waiting for that?
I
was
had
worth
it.
it. It was
I
worth
had
it,
it and I
Tom.
couldn't get it in, Jack.
It was great.
I had it 5 minutes ago.
So now, because she had kids when she was in her 40s and she knew she couldn't have any more, she treated these kids like, you know, like that blue stone on the Titanic. Like she,
But every mother, you know.
but she was crazy.
I was out of
So
control.
one day
You
she
couldn't watch
calls
my
me
kids.
up. She goes, "Okay, I'm going to take a ride upstate with the kids."
No,
I'm
I
like,
didn't say upstate.
Oh,
I didn't
no.
tell you upstate. I said I'm taking a ride with the kids.
I'm taking a ride with the kids, and I said, "Where you going? Where are you going?" She goes, "For a ride." I said, "Where?" Because now I knew. Because by that time we'd been together a few years. I already knew when I heard stuff like that she was trying some weird shit. She was going to do something weird
With the
So
kids?
She was taking the kids. Now I'm like, why is she taking the kids? Which she doesn't let even like if somebody sneezes, they can't come in the house. That kind of craziness. So I said, "I'm going. Where are you going?" I
I'll
said,
come with you. And I'm
she
like,
goes, I'm just going to take her. I go, no, I'm coming with you. So she punches in the address.
we're in the car already.
We're already in the car. She goes, just drive. I'm like, just go. She goes, just drive towards Queens. I'm like, all right. She punches it in. It's like 140 miles from.
Where are you going?
Where are we going? I go. She goes, you'll see when we get there. She had gone.
Do you have
on-
any idea?
No.
She had gone on Craigslist.
Oh my God.
And
I
bought
don't know if you
another
ever
kid.
she had, when I met her, she had like 50 cookie jars in her one-room apartment.
The
Creepy
best
ones,
cookie
too.
jars ever.
Really, yeah, some of them were really creepy. So I go, where are we going? She goes, upstairs. I'm buying something. So we get to this house. It's in the middle of nowhere.
In the woods.
And I'm like, what was she thinking? Like taking the kids to this place on
I went in the
she got
guy's
on
attic.
Craigslist.
Okay,
That's how much
how
she
many-
wanted these cookie jars.
How many cookie jars were there?
The guy had like hundreds of cookie jars.
We had no
Hundreds.
room in this minivan. I bought every one.
His whole attic was loaded up with like
This is
mint
the oddest
rose.
crap I have ever heard.
Yeah.
This is
He
very.
went along with everything, this idiot.
Including this.
This is odd, and I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if there's ever a movie made about this marriage between Carie and Sam, I think the title needs to be Red Flags.
Wait, Peter,
flag.
you know what the best
That's
one
the
is?
title.
I wanted to get, so the kids were little and they had a pumpkin contest, right? Who has the best pumpkin, who has the
Oh
biggest
my
pumpkin,
God.
whatever. So I go to them, get in the car, we're going to Pennsylvania, we're getting a pumpkin, we're getting a big pumpkin. So the guy had a pumpkin, I think it was like $300, whatever. We get there, it's like 600 pounds. And I got a minivan. And he goes, I'm not putting that in the car. I go, you're putting that in the car. We're going to win the contest. The kids can't be losers. They have to win. You're getting this pumpkin in the car. Like, how, wasn't that? We couldn't get it in the car.
The guy was lifting it with a crane, with like a forklift. And he goes, I don't think this is going to fit, sir. And I go, I don't want it to fit.
I go, stop, let the man
What
put
was
it in
the
the
first
car.
prize, Carrie? Why did we
It
spend
wasn't,
hundreds
there
of
was no
dollars
money.
to try to get there?
There was no money. It was
Right,
just
yeah.
my kids were being the best.
Okay, well, that's not a red flag. That's a red comforter. That's so gigantic. You know,
It's too late already.
My mouth is like, my jaw is hitting
this
the
is
floor.
Carie, and it comes across on stage. Now, Sam, Carie does talk about you in her act. And I always tell comedy students that when a comedian talks about their relatives in their act, it's a form of honoring them. Although, in Carrie's case, she's having good fun with you. And I can't believe. You got to see Carie in her special.
What's it called?
It's called Men, Flaws, and Menopause, and it's available on Amazon. Or you can
5 shows later, it
it
rolled
took
right
me a
off.
while. But Sam is the butt of a lot of jokes in Carrie's act, and it's
In Carrie's act, he was just the butt of 15,000 jokes
and
in the
this-
last
I
20
know.
minutes.
And it's very, very funny, and he's such a nice guy. And so Carie writes this comedy about you, and you're a great sport to put up with it. I know audiences. I'm wondering, thousands of people are wondering. Do you really have to shave your ass as often as she says you do?
He does.
He does.
He does.
Now,
He apparently you're.
He's hairy.
you're
this was
hairy.
already a home run before I heard that.
You're hairy. You have a hairy body, and
He's Greek.
Harry.
And you.
My
don't
daughter
mind.
came out like a fur ball, and the doctor, I was like crying. I was like, I can't believe my daughter.
She was crying.
I was like, I don't want, what is this? A sheet of fur? And she's like, oh, she'll shed that fur. I'm like, she's going to shed that fur? I have a good baby girl. That's the one thing you don't want to hear when you just had a baby girl. She'll shed it. Because my son came out hairless.
Yeah.
She'll shed her fur.
Yeah. It was on her back.
That's the name.
That's
of
the name. She'll
That's the
shed
name
her
of the
fur.
special.
But it's a. You can see this podcast, and then you can see Sam come alive in Carrie's act if you see her live, or in her
He
special.
snores. Do I make that up,
he
honey?
st-
Do I make that
Do you
up?
snore? But that's. Yeah, but
Yeah, come on.
lot of people snore.
Don't even approach normal.
don't even approach you guys. But first of all, it's crazy, but your marriage works, right? It's insane as it is, right?
Everybody that meets me says, how do you do it? Everybody that knows her, not my friends, they're like, how do you do it? Because we can't imagine having to live with her, you know. And
But just
Wait,
watching this,
But what
you
do
guys
say
are
when-
so
When
relaxed.
you pull up to the house, you never know what.
it's
You never know who you're gonna get.
It could be anything. I could have 50 people in the house. It could be like silent. There could be a party going on. I don't know. When I pull up to the house, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen when I open the door. It's
I
honestly,
see
every
see
single
that
day is-
as a plus.
It is.
Carrie,
It is a
you're
plus.
lucky to have Sam, who is so easygoing.
He rolls, right.
You roll with it, right?
He rolls
I
with
do.
it.
Okay, well congratulations on your dysfunctional and, and successful and happy, apparently.
When we have these
Man.
guys back for another show, which
Oh,
we
my
absolutely
goodness.
will,
Oh.
we will be going to look at the cookie jars, the furry baby. We're going to take a trip to the Greek nightclub where they backed into each other. Whatever we have to do, because I have not gotten enough of this. And I'm sure the show is, we got to be way over time.
We probably are. Carie Karavas and Sam, thank you. You are a delight. You're also very strange and fun. And
I don't see any
thank you for coming
any
on, really.
negativity. As
No.
crazy as this all is, it's all, it sounds high-spirited.
It
It
is.
really
It
is.
is.
It really, really is.
I mean, the tension of that much money and then breaking up, and but you're gambling, and she already knows you gamble, so you're not screwing up. You're not running off with a hooker or something.
Right, no.
But you only
Not
know him
yet.
3
I
weeks.
try to get him to.
You only know him 3 weeks, so how?
And now I egg that on. I'm like, go.
No,
Everybody, go back and listen to all 5 of these shows. Write down your questions, and please write to us on what's the name of your show?
My show?
Yeah.
StandUpMemories.com.
.com.
Oh, yes, our website, standupmemories.com.
The Muppets.
No.
Look at Carolyn shaking her head.
StandUpMemories.com. Let us hear from you what you'd like to hear from and about these two, because we might be just turning the podcast over to them because this is just ridiculous. We didn't even get to what Sam does for a living, which is, to me, so interesting because I drove a train one time myself.
you did.
But we'll get that next time on What's Your Show?
Stand Up Memories.
What's Carrie's show?
Carrie's show is a terrific special on Amazon called Men, Flaws, and Menopause.
We'll see you next week.
All right.
That was a pretty good episode.
A new episode every Wednesday with me, Peter Bales, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, comedians, interesting people. Leave a comment. We'll get what am I saying?
I don't know.
We're gonna get back to you. We will respond to your comment.
StandUpMemories.com, if you go there, it shows all the different
Oh,
platforms.
Spotify, we're on everything.
Every Wednesday.
Stand Up Memories,
Every Wednesday.
a new episode.